All right, guys, here we go with another voice message. Mr. Pug's in the building, in your mama's bathroom as usual, where I like to make voice messages because I have privacy. Let me cut that fan off. Because I have privacy, and I guess you guys can hear me well because of the sound. Doesn't mean I'm like taking a shit. I'm just actually in the bathroom, just chilling. So like I always say, if you want to see my adult content, you can start off with the Patreon below, patreon.com/toppogs. Or better yet, you go to the linktree/toppogs to see all the links to all the XXX stuff. Of course, Patreon doesn't have triple X stuff. They have 18 plus stuff, but triple X stuff isn't allowed there. So anyway, in this video, I'm going to get to it a little bit because the whole story is actually bananas. The whole story is ridiculous. So it's like a 4-parter, and I'm selling it on Patreon, I believe. I think I'm doing Patreon and Loyal Fans, but the whole story is ridiculous. We're going to talk about Asian Goddess, and I'm going to make this a quick version. I don't think I'm going to make any of these audios longer than 10 minutes. These are all free. But the story of Asian Goddess is bananas. I was in her city. I was in her country for a while when I met her, but her city was the second city I visited in her country. I didn't know much. This was still kind of at the beginning of my career. So let's say my career was 3 years long. It was about 3 years long. This was around I don't know where to put it. This was like around the 3rd month. Like it was still, no, I would say 4th, 5th month. Still brand new, whatever. First half of the first year. I still didn't really know what was going on. So I was in her city, and when I met her, I was actually with someone else. I was actually with this really nice looking Asian chick who I did make a video with as well. I forgot what episode, but this video's not about her. I was with this, let's say, stripper chick. She was thin, had a great bubble butt, and she spoke English. Like the way she talked, you could tell she had black boyfriends before. Like you could just tell. So we were hanging out and stuff, having a good time, and she took me back to her bar where she works, so we went there. And we were just chilling. Now, of course there's other girls who work at the bar, but I was like really convinced while I was with her that I'm not gonna like bother with any other chicks at the bar. I'm gonna pay attention to her mostly for business reasons. Like I want her to work with me often because she looks good. Like that's what I'm telling myself. Like she looks good. She's already in the business. She has an OnlyFans herself. Let's focus on this chick for now. Get a lot of content out there because this is back in the day. I got 300 episodes now, but back then I probably had 10 or maybe 12. This is before I even went to the Western Hemisphere. So this is the very beginning. And so I'm like, yeah, let's do something. I want to work with you, whatever, and stuff like that. So we go to her bar, we sit down, and I remember there's some cute girls here and there. There were like some cute chicks walking past, and I'm like, oh, wow, they're nice looking too. Wow, you work at a cool bar, or whatever. But then there's always one. This one girl walks by with these orange shorts, flat stomach, hip dips, and just the stupidest bubble ass I've ever seen on an Asian girl. And she's kind of thick, but nothing like fat. Like kind of thick bone, but her stomach is completely flat. If you don't believe me, there's tons of videos with her, about 40 of them. So I don't gotta explain it. Your eyes can see it, So I'm just like, I remember the moment when I first saw her. I remember sitting there thinking, no fucking way. No fucking way. Like, no fucking way did I see what I just saw. Maybe I saw it and I saw it wrong. Maybe it was an angle or something. Like, I didn't just see that. That is fucking insane. That's what I'm thinking. And I think the girls would notice I was looking. She goes, oh, so you want to talk to other girls? I don't care. Like, with a little attitude. I'm like, nah, we're working. We're doing business together. I'm focusing on you. Don't worry about it. Because it was about business. I was really trying to do videos with her, whatever. So about 20 minutes goes by, that girl walks by again, and holy shit. Now this time, at this point, I know I'm not tripping. Because I'm looking right at it, I know it's not just me. And I'm like, holy fuck. Like, I caught a headache over that shit. I was like, holy shit. So I said, let's get out of here. I want to go somewhere else. Just so I can get away from that girl. Cause goddamn, she was cute. Body was insane. It was almost like a created character. I'm serious. So we left and we filmed, had a good film, but I couldn't resist. The next day, the place opened at 11 a.m., 11 in the afternoon. I went by at around 11:30. Now, the way I was doing it, I was like lying to myself, like, I would just go out and just walk past. I'm not gonna look for that girl. I'm just gonna walk past. Obviously, I walked past it looking for that girl. So I go past at 11:30, and guess who's the only one standing out front? That girl. And I'm just like, holy shit. I didn't say anything to her because I was too shy. So I went inside and I started speaking to the bartender, and I started making friends with her. And then as I was doing that, the girl with the booty goes inside, and she's like in the bathroom area where the lockers are, and I can see her. And I just said, and I guess the bartender saw me, and I just go, my God, Jesus. And then the bartender goes, oh, her, blah, blah, blah. You like, let's just say Asian Goddess. You like Asian Goddess? I'm like, yes. Yeah, she's incredible. She goes, oh yeah, she's cool. You should talk to her. Get her a drink and talk to her. I'm like, okay. And I did. I spoke to her, and I'm like, wow, why are you out here so early? Usually the good-looking girls aren't out this early. Like, they come out later. She goes, yeah, but I really need this, I need that. My family's going through problems right now. And I'm like, oh my God. And I told her what I did, and she's like, she's not interested. I was like, all right, cool. Let's just go back to my place and have some fun. She's like, fine. We get back to my place, and long story short, I bargained like a motherfucker to make that video. I bargained. I didn't even touch her until she agreed to make a video. I bargained my ass off. Let's put it that way. But it was completely worth it. We ended up filming at least 40 hardcores together. We were in 3 different countries together, about 5 or 6 cities, and we made a lot of money together. And the best thing about Asian Goddess is she didn't care about making money from the business. So I own the videos and make the profit, full stop, 100% me. She was like, look, you just helped me initially. I don't care about the residuals. Just do what you gotta do. I'll be a little honest. What happened was, as time went on, 'cause we were seeing each other like on and off for like a year and a half. I'd say a year. What happened was, I went to visit her in her city 4 times. The 3rd time I went, she told me that she has somebody in her life. So I went there, and I was like, all right, I won't bother you. I won't go to your bar. She goes, I don't even work at the bar anymore. I have someone. I'm like, all right, I get it. So as I meet someone else and I'm walking to the hotel with someone else, I see a girl with a fat ass on public transportation. I just see her. And it happens to be her, and we lock eyes with each other. And I'm like, holy shit. I'll never forget that moment, because if it weren't for that moment, I wouldn't have gotten the other, 25 hardcores I got with her. We made eye contact, and then after that, she wrote me. She goes, what are you doing? I'm like, taking this girl back to my place. And I guess she got a little jealous. She goes, oh, so you don't want to see me? I said, you have somebody. And she goes, yeah, I have somebody, but doesn't mean I can't see you, especially because it's business. It's business. So what happened was, she found someone who was taking care of her. He was building her a house and everything, but she still wanted to work with me just for the kick of it, because she enjoyed her time with me. And which is dangerous. I have a wife, and I guess in a way she expected me to leave my wife and live with her in a house that another man built, which wasn't happening. But everything went well. We spent like a whole 6 weeks together. We traveled, made videos, and one of the craziest Asian booties you'll ever see. She was extremely flexible, very obedient, attractive, not fat, just fat on her ass and hips. She's pure Asian. It was heaven. It was heaven. Asian Goddess was heaven. Asian Goddess was heaven. Asian God. But the thing is, the difference between me and most guys, that most guys think with their dicks. I think about business. I didn't trust her too much, and a lot of dudes are stupid because they're willing to, niggas will straight up say, I would've got her pregnant, I would've wifed her. Yeah, because she's good looking, dumbass. You don't know anything about her personality. Tits and ass don't raise kids, but I'll get to that in a different video. But niggas were telling me things like that, because when we walked around together, we got a lot of attention, especially from black dudes. I remember we went to this club one time, and dudes kept trying to talk to him. She was like, I'm with him now, I'm with him now. And not a lot of them from America, but they're from all over and they're approaching me like, damn, bro, you better wife that. She good looking. She is good looking, but she's not fucking trustworthy. And I would never marry a girl who does something like that for a living. Like, that's not for me. Not saying she's bad, but I just think men, especially black men, as you can see from how rare it is that our families fucking stay together, we have a problem thinking with our dicks too much and we let that lead to children. If you want to think with your dick, smash, wear a condom or plan B, whatever, have fun. But when it comes to children, it's not about how sexy she is. It's everything together, especially character. That's number one, is character. And Asian guys did not have good character. That's not the kind of woman I want raising my child, you know. Booty doesn't raise good children. Like, I don't know, a lot of people just don't realize, if that were the case, the richest men would have the women with the biggest titties and the biggest ass as wives. You don't see that, because they're usually smarter than a fucking average broke dude. And that's really it, guys. I can get more into it. There's a lot of details in her stories, but I'll get into that on the OnlyFans, the Loyal Fans. I also now have a Fat House. I didn't even know it was active. I tried it months ago, but they were just telling me my videos have watermarks and stuff. But now they're allowing my videos to be loaded and it's making money. So I'm on Fat House, Loyal Fans, OnlyFans, Fan Central. What am I missing? I'm on a lot of shit. So yeah, Top Hogs.